Hi everyone, it's me Darlene, still with a broken screen on my camera, and I'm relying on a screen that is bent and tilted and upside down and to see where I fit in this camera. We're just going with it. I know people are telling me, just use your phone, my phone. No, it's so filled. I don't like to use a phone to record. I have been recording for YouTube 12 years. I've had 3 cameras, all the same brand, and I know what I like about them. I know what I don't like. The screens break. They just get black, and this one is white. But if I tilt it and turn it and it's upside down, then I can see a little bit. Okay, I am here because it's time for me to change my life again. Every few years I go through that, and there are some things that I wish I would change, and I'll say it for years and years and years, mostly to myself or to Derek, somebody else who understands being self-employed in this online world and things like that. There are some things that I have wanted to change for years and just haven't. And there are other things that I hang on to just because I love them. But I have had a lot of stress the past couple of years. It was stressful leading up to coming here, and then it was stressful for a little bit here, and then I had some fun for a while and loved it, and I didn't realize that would, you start to get back to the reality of having grown-up life issues and just different things. So when I'm, stressed out over life, the work that I do, as much as I love it, sometimes can add to the stress because I don't have time to do those things. And of course, all those things are what makes me money. They're my money maker things. I can't just give up my job. Well, I could. I guess I could. I could retire. I could. I don't want to. I mean, retire. I am retired in the sense that I collect my Social Security, but I just bank that. I have a goal to bank my Social Security check, every check, for 10 years without spending it, without touching it, without looking at it. Isn't that cool? I like stuff like that. I like to do things like that. So you can tell I've done okay for myself if I don't need to be spending my check to get by. And so I still want to work. I like to work, but I only want to do things now that are going to make me happy. And I think that means that some of the things that I'm doing, I need to probably let go of. You don't know how much of a strict boss I am. I have schedules every Monday. I print out my schedule every Sunday, and it starts on Monday. Been doing this forever. And I've been self-employed like 30 years now. Well, at the beginning it wasn't online stuff, it was other stuff. But so maybe 25 years that I've been printing out a schedule. And I'm thinking of redoing my schedule and knocking some things off. I have so many things on my schedule, even things like check the mail, snail mail, because I will not do that. And I allow myself to, maybe do that twice. I don't have to do it every day, like I just did it today. But there's things on there, and then there's other things. I'm going to tell you one of the things that has weighed heavily on me for a long time is fan funding, Patreon, YouTube memberships. Those are the only 2 that I do right now. Facebook has one. I was like, no, thank you. When I started Patreon, the perk people got, and Derek would know what year. I know exactly where he was living when I started Patreon. I don't know exactly what year it was, but when I started Patreon, the perk you got was my filthy mouth. At the time, I still wasn't swearing on YouTube because I thought, some people won't like that. And then I was like, fuck it. I don't fucking care what people like. So the perk was going to be swearing on my exclusive videos for members, meaning patrons and YouTube members. And people hopped on board like crazy. And, within just a few days, I was up to $500 per month on Patreon. it was only Patreon at the very beginning, and then YouTube came up with theirs, and I did that one too. It got very hard to fulfill that because I promised certain things, and then I felt really obligated to fulfill those things because people were paying me. At the beginning, it was $1 a month, and then I think I went to $5 a month, maybe $3 a month. Yes, 1, and then I went to 3, and then I went to 5. Now I have $5 and $10 levels. And again, I'm falling short. I still do daily chats, things like that. But what happens when you are involved in that and you do really well? The money becomes, you know, for me, it was a nice little chunk, and I'll tell you in a second, it was a nice enough chunk that I did not want to just quit all that, shut down, and lose all that. And that happened to be during COVID. During COVID, just on Patreon, I was taking in about $1,600 per month, just on Patreon, and about $400 to $500, maybe sometimes $600 a month on YouTube memberships. That's hard to let go of. And the way I do it is whatever the patrons get, I always use that platform first and push it out, and then I copy from there and move it to YouTube memberships. So I felt like a prisoner to that money because I couldn't justify just letting that go. But I struggled for a long time, and Derek would be the first to tell you. He has heard me complain about these fan funding sites for a long time. And he's always like, Ma, you know, if you let it go, something else will come up that'll make you more happy. And I'm like, yes, I know. I'm the one who teaches him these things. But I stayed with it. And then after COVID, things started to go down, and I was almost happy. I was like, maybe if it goes low enough, I'll quit. And then I kind of quit at one point. When I was here, I wanted to just be free and be going out. That was in 2023, and I did not want to be obligated to provide things like sale items, you know, my fabric sales and all these other things. So I said I was going to stop my fabric sales, and I did for some months, and then I met Joe. And then with being with him, I kind of wanted to do the sales again. I was a little bit more settled and stuff, so I did. And I'm still doing, well, I haven't for probably a month and a half, maybe 2 months. And I'm down so low now between the two Patreon and YouTube memberships. I'm probably pulling in a little bit over, well, somewhere between $500 and $600 a month. I don't even know if it's maybe like between $500 and $550, somewhere around there. I don't see it separate for YouTube memberships. I think I can, but I don't even bother to go look. So it's just included in my check that I get for videos and stuff from Google. It's all from Google. I'm tired of feeling stressed out because I put a lot on my plate that I want to do, but then I don't do, or, you know, start to feel like I don't want to do it. But the thing is I don't want to not be working. I just want to do something different now. I'm tired of the same old, same old. I absolutely still want to do YouTube, even though it's disgusting how much money, not just me, the creators are losing. It's just tanking. I never thought I would see that with YouTube, but it is tanking. I am making now about $5,000 less than I was making a few years ago. $5,000 per month less. That's a big cut in pay. I am not even making enough to pay my rent, which is $1,500. So right now it's like, I mean, that's a lot to lose in that period of time. But luckily for me, I'm still very grateful for YouTube because I banked everything I've ever made with them. Okay? Because I have multiple things, and I pay my bills with, you know, the smaller stuff, and I bank everything. So I'm still very, very happy. I'm not relying on that money, which is why I can continue to do videos for next to nothing. I haven't even looked, and I know I see it when it comes into my bank account, but I just like try to ignore it because it's sad and it's a little painful. But the thing is it's not just happening to me. So many, and some women like me who do my kind of thing, who were making a killing and now they're making nothing. I mean, it's just sad. There's a lot of videos up about that. But again, I'm fortunate, and I know whenever I'm earning money, take care of that money because it's not going to last. I did not think YouTube would go down like that. I was looking forward to, and again, I always say Derek because, you know, I would talk to him about these things. I was looking forward to hitting a $20,000 month on YouTube. That was my goal. I said, I can do this. At the rate that I was growing, I said, I've got this. I know I've got this. And I didn't get it. I didn't reach it. But that's okay, right? Because it wasn't anything of my doing. Things just started falling apart. COVID was like, you know, good for people like me who did stuff online. But then it, for some reason, tanked after. Okay, I'm going to have some of my seltzer, and I cut a straw for a little cup. Wow, I didn't expect to talk about all that, but that's where things stand. Now, I'm still good financially, that I don't have to touch my savings. I still put into savings with the things that I do, my fabric, YouTube, affiliate advertising, my Facebook earnings. I'm having fun with that. I earned $30 my first full month of June. But see, that stuff gets me excited because that's how I started with YouTube. You know, you start with just pennies and dollars, but I don't see it taking off for me because I don't do what Facebook wants. I still promote things like my own stuff, and they just want no outside links, no links going out. But I link on Facebook to my auctions and to my videos and stuff like that. I need to do that. I need to continue to do that. However, with all this said, I love making money. I love saving money. So I do want to try to find some other ways to do all this. And yeah, I want to try stuff new. I want to not commit so much to things on a schedule because I'm going to be 66. And like I said, I am retired only in the fact that I collect Social Security, but I do nothing with it. I'm banking it. And I thought I should at least be having fun. And there's times that I wish I could just sit down and say, I'm just going to start an Afghan and I'm just going to show people. It doesn't even have to be a tutorial. Everybody's doing these Afghans right now and I want to start so bad. But I have this series, 100 crochet stitches. I want to finish that, but I feel like I need to finish that first and then start the Afghans. People are doing the Afghans where they like pick a random color and they determine what they pick is the next row, what stitch, they roll a die to see how many rows. I want to do some fun stuff like that, and I want to not care, especially now where YouTube sucks. I don't care. I don't have to keep trying to grow. I'm just going to go with the flow with YouTube. Whatever happens, happens. But I like to keep the connection going with my peeps, you know? So I would like the freedom to record exactly what I want when I want. This means that I have some series out there that I would probably need to wrap up. I want to wrap up the 100 crochet stitches. Maybe I'll take a whole week and just do a whole shitload of crochet stitches and put that on my channel. I know some will say, well, I'm not here for that. I know, but I'm here for myself. So people will have to just unsubscribe, whatever, walk away. I don't care if my earnings go lower or whatever. And then once the series are done, I can just, you know, say, hey, I feel like doing this today. There's so many things that I feel like doing. I would like to redesign, refashion, upcycle clothing. maybe just once. And then another time I want to do something else. And then another time maybe I can make some paper beads that I always wish I could be making, but I have too many things on my schedule. Things like the mystery quilt block, I might shut that down after a little bit, but it's something that I don't have to change the thumbnail for. And that's another thing I like. I need to have just better ways. Everything I do is ancient. It's ancient. I use paint for trying to do my thumbnails. It's so hard and complicated to do that, but I do it. That's what I know, and that's what I do. And I still would like to try one video per day or make up. I have so far accomplished that. I'm in July right now, and I have a video for every day this year so far. Oh, and before I forget, because I wrote it down, I have auctions, 50 Christmas auctions. And this is another thing that's making me kind of want to change my mind about the way I do things. 50 Christmas auctions. They all start at 1 penny, free shipping. They are running July 3 to July 10. Today is July 6. So please go bid on some of my auctions. I worked on those 50 auctions for the entire whole year so far to get that all ready. And I like it. I like doing stuff like that. But then I thought, what a lot of work that was. And it took me away from my fabric sales. However, my eBay store sales had a big jump because people were going to see my auctions and then they would buy something else. And I still want to do my auctions. I don't know if I will do them exactly the same as I have been for the past 6 months. This Christmas batch is there, and I thought maybe it's a nice time to make a change. Maybe I can just put auctions up any day I want. Right now, they were every 4 days, and I was doing 12 at a time, sometimes a little bit more. And I thought I don't have to be that strict about it. If I feel like doing some auctions, I would like to keep some always on for the rest of the year, but maybe separate them a little bit more. So I'm going to be more flexible with my auctions. I know that this does not affect anybody out there. Nobody gives a shit when my auctions come up. It's me and my schedule. I'm trying to let myself have permission to not worry every morning when I wake up. Normally I wake up and I'm like, oh, I can't believe I get to do this, like auctions and this and this. But with all kinds of outside things, Derek's prostate cancer, I'm having issues, major issues with management of this apartment that has me majorly stressed out. That I don't have a car, and now Joe got a car, and he wants me to have this car, and now we're putting money into this car because it's an old car. I don't care about, it looks nice enough, there's dent on the fender. I don't care about stuff like that. I want a car just to ride around, and it is cheap enough, but I stress over these things. Now we have somebody from AA that does cars and is going to work on it, and it just, it stresses me out. I can afford to go buy a brand new car if I want to. I don't want to. I don't like to spend my money on things that I don't absolutely need. I'd rather buy a used car, but not that old. And Joe just, he kind of like slipped this in. So I'm stressed about that. I'm stressed always about, I stress about Joe, his health. I mean, of course, I have Derek now, too, to worry about. He did have his surgery, his prostate removed, and he's at home right now recovering from that. Just had that done a couple days ago. And I worry about Joe's health all the time. I worry a little bit about my health, not too much, but I worry about my life. I worry about my finances. I need to prepare for being dead and not having Derek have to do all kinds of stuff. So I really need to get a lawyer. And I don't pick the right people. And I want to make sure I've got everything so I can be ready to not be worried. I worry about these things at night. It's like, what if something happens to me tomorrow? Derek's not going to know this. He's not going to... Oh, I'm so stressed. And then I worry about the fact that I have become a hoarder again. There's clutter everywhere. I mean, I have a clean kitchen. My sink never has a dish in it. Things like that. Everything like that is good. But every other space that I can put something on, a table or something, there's a bunch of shit on a table. And I told Joe today, I said, we really, you have to help me to be mentally prepared. And I promised I would take care of something. Right here under my desk, I have a trash there, and a trash over here. Those 2 trash cans, it's all just paper, it's not food or anything, have been filled and overflowing for probably months. Everything under my desk is paper, balled up paper. It's everywhere on the floor. I'm not kidding. And when Joe comes in, he's like, "Why do you do that?" And I said, "I probably shouldn't give you shit for empty soda cans on the floor in the back seat." He's like, "No, I don't think you can give me shit anymore." And it's because my knee, I have to get down on the ground. You know what I could have done is each time the trash got full, just take the fucking bag and, yeah, but no, instead I decide to just throw stuff everywhere on the floor. See, there's something wrong with me when I'm doing those things. It's because I'm stressed, I'm not happy, and that's what happens with hoarders. You're so, it's just, I don't know, it's scary. To me, the world is very scary right now. Very, very scary, and I don't like a lot of it. I say all the time I was not meant to be an adult at all. And so I need a break. I need a break. I want to wake up tomorrow knowing I have talked about this and say, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if I get a chore done today. I want to work on first being happy. I want happy back. Once I can feel a little bit more relaxed and maybe just take an actual day. I can't even say those words. Take an actual day off. I don't know what that's. Oh, who does that shit? But maybe if I just allow myself to wake up and say, I don't care if I sit here and crochet just for myself all day. Don't people do stuff like that sometimes? When I was drunk, I spent a whole lot of time hungover. Didn't think anything about wasting that fucking time. Oh, guys, I don't know. So I guess the bottom line is expect some changes, or maybe not. I don't know. Sometimes I talk like this and then I feel so good that I'm like all renewed and I want to do everything I've been doing. One thing I will not quit, my daily ebook list. I look forward to sitting at my computer with a coffee or a clarified butter, water, tea, whatever I happen to be drinking that day. And I have, I look up free ebooks on Amazon. I put them out. And I used to do that publicly, but now it's one of the perks for my fan funding patrons and YouTube members. And that's not something I'm even considering stopping. It's my routine. It's how I start my day. It's like my form of meditation. So I will be doing that still, but I just want to be able to kick back. Now, I don't know. We're going to see how it goes. I don't know right now. I'm very up in the air about my fabric sales. I need to still sell fabric because I have a lot of fabric. And did you see my eyes go like that? Because I thought at first I wasn't recording. That would have been horrible. I need to sell my fabric. I want to find a more fun way to sell it. You know what I have actually considered? Something I said I would never, ever, ever do. I thought of one time just getting stuff ready and then just doing something live on Facebook and saying, I've got this up for sale, whatever. And I don't know how I would even handle all that. I would have to be set up on my site or something. But the thing is I do have my exclusive shoppers who they have always gotten the best deals and first grabs. I don't know how to talk as to what I have. I would like to keep the patrons that I do have right now, but I can't expect people to stay. You know, even if it's $500 a month, that's something. That's helpful. That goes to what? What bill? A third of my rent. Not even quite. It's a little bit more than that. So, you know, I don't know. But I have to remember, like Derek said, because I tell Derek all the time, if I can let go of things that are holding me down, I will do wonderful things. The money will always be there. It's always there, always. It has always been like that for me, because I believe so wholeheartedly in the law of attraction. And I know that if I'm holding back a little bit, the next new job or adventure won't happen because I'm not mentally available to let it happen. I've got to let go of stuff and see what I can do. Even if it would be some really cool volunteer work. I think of it all the time. I wanted to do volunteer work. I'd still love to do volunteer work. I looked into it. It's hard to do volunteer work. I couldn't even try some kind of thing for Rocket that we would raise money in Rocket's name. Joe and I had talked about it, and we had it all like, this would be so cool. I went around to places like where I could donate if I had these kind of things donated, or this or this or that. Or I went into it a lot. Places don't want that stuff. They don't want donated canned food that I could pick up at what? No, we have our own special. It has to be this. Oh no, people think that dogs want all these little blankets and all the, we end up just giving all that stuff away, or it goes in lamp. Look around. See if you have shelters like that around here. They don't want jack shit from us. It's like, oh, okay, sorry we asked. I'd like to help food pantries. I'm in a position where I could do that and have it be fun, that anybody who wanted to, donate to that stuff or whatever, that, and I would be recording that and showing people, look what you guys did, and I would be pitching in, There's a lot of things I'd like to do. A lot. Even things like every time we go by that dumpster here at the apartment, and there's a shelving unit there right now, and I told Joe, let's leave it, and when we go out later, we'll just put it in the car that we're having fixed up. And I said it'll be easy to just put in the trunk. His truck, you can't open the back of it. So that's another whole story. And I would love to refinish, I don't know what it's even called, but I want to do it. Taking some old furniture, sanding it down, painting. I love to do stuff like that. I haven't done stuff like that in forever. And then put it on Marketplace. Just something for me to do that I like. I can always show it as a video, what I'm doing, and then just put it on Marketplace. And I don't care if somebody comes and gets something for $5. I don't care. And just want to be doing something else. I just do. But videos definitely staying. Facebook, I'm the busiest I've ever been on Facebook. I'm talking about carnivore. I show you guys my meals every day. That's helping me to go through this new stage of carnivore for me, to do fat adaptations, and autophagy. Autophagy is how it's pronounced, I do believe. I want to be looking into that more. So I'm like really gung-ho, like just pure carnivore, and still the high fat pure carnivore. So I show you what I eat every day, and I tell you how I'm doing it, and if I ate late, whatever. I'm being all open about carnivore again, because it's something new has come into my life that I learned about, and I want to be all in on that too, because I still watch a lot of carnivore stuff, and I want to I don't know. I just want to have fun, and I need to start decluttering this place, because as much as I feel like I need to get well first, mentally available, and to do this stuff, I know it's the opposite. I have to start taking this stuff out, and then I will feel free and lifted from this pile of paper on my desk. What else did I want to say? And it's just like carnivore. I've had a stall for 2 years. That's why you haven't been hearing about me. Up and down. And I keep saying I have to get rid of the stress before I can pay more attention to this. But then I thought, if I turn carnivore around for me again, I've always been carnivore, always, but I call it now carnivore plus, because I was eating a lot of not optimal stuff. Bags of pork skins with a container of sour cream. You know, I knew, but I have gained some, like a pant size. I went up, and then those pants got tight, and then that's when I said, no, this has to stop. But I wasn't in the mood because so much stress was in my life and still is, and other things too. I mean, it's just crazy. And I told myself, start by turning around the food, because I forget that the food, if I'm just getting off that other shit, I will feel mentally better. And boy, do I. Probably like 3 or 4 months ago that I started just basically hamburger patties. It's easy. And then I started experimenting with other little things. And now I found that I accidentally am in the fat adaptation mode. Fat adapted, they call it. And I've been eating 1 meal a day for a few weeks, other than last night I was hungry, so I ate. I'm not aiming for intermittent fasting, and I'm not aiming to do that, but it's naturally just kind of happening. But if I'm hungry, I'm going to eat, but I'm eating carnivore. You know, I'm eating my meat and not sour cream and chips. Pork skins, not chips. I haven't had chips in years. Oh my God. I was such a chip whore. That was my thing. That was my thing. Have I ever had a potato chip? Yes. But I've not ever bought a bag of potato chips and sat down and ate chips. No, 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 no. But I'll, you know, sometimes I'm human. I'll have a potato chip. I'll have a little slice of pickle if I'm cutting pickles and putting one in the pasta salad that I make. You know, sometimes it's like, pickle? Oh yeah, I remember what that tastes like. You know, stuff like that. But, and all carnivores do that. All carnivores do that. But right now, I'm not. Right now, I'm not. I'm just eating what you see in the Facebook page. Okay, this is a long video. So I'm just going to do my best. I'm hoping that I can breathe. I'm anxious for a lot of things to go by, a lot of stressful things, but I'm aware that I think there's going to be a lot of stress in the rest of my life because I'm getting older, and there's a lot of stress that goes with that. So I need to just try to chill and say, whatever stress comes my way, I will handle it. When it's here, I don't care how long it lasts. I want to have good times when I'm not just all consumed by that. I don't want to say, okay, I'm going to sit here and I got to do something, or I got to do a video, and then like, shit, I don't feel like doing this, and I don't feel like doing, no, don't do it. Don't feel like it, don't do it. That's all there is to it. But I hope to still have fun stuff for you guys. Do go follow me on Facebook, please. Please. I have so many subscribers, and it's like not growing. I think I gained 100 followers since I've started Facebook monetization and have been begging for followers. So it's like, I don't know, maybe going on May, 2 months I started May 7, I do believe. And today's July 6. So 2 months I've been on Facebook as a monetized person. So go follow me, please. That'll make me feel better. Go blow up my followers. I know nobody will do that, but that's okay. All right, I'm going to hang up now. Thank you so much for watching. I mean it. Please subscribe, and I'll be back with more soon. Bye.